Good afternoon. My name is Donna Feazell, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge Talk Show. Thank you so much for watching every day, Monday through Friday from 1 to 3 p.m. Central. As I get to ride home with you in the afternoon, you can find us on the radio, icradio.media. Television, you can find us on Abundant Television, found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. Don't forget Channel 182 on Charter Communications, which is local to North Alabama. And don't forget that podcast, the newscasters.com. We're all about information here. Truth matters. We're going to get a little techie today, and we're going to talk about some serious phone problems. It might not be that serious, but it's something that you can probably handle. And so I found this article. I love technical stuff. It's called simoptions.com. SIM is in the SIM card, options.com. So let's talk about what happens if you have a slow phone. You ever get that? You know, like you're pulling up pictures, you're trying to pull up a website, and it's just super slow. And you're in a hurry, you got like 1,000 things going on, but you've got to look at a website and it's just super slow. There's something that everybody's experienced at least once. Okay, so it's the most common mobile phone issue, and it can be associated with old phones. However, newer devices can present the same problem. So when your random access memory, that's the RAM, the RAM, is full of apps and files that you do not use or need, your phone needs to, it just tends to respond kind of slowly. Now here is the solution, and I do this often. Clean your cell phone and close, delete files, your apps and files, and clear the cache data. Now if you recently installed an app and your phone is not working well, you should uninstall it, and just to see if your mobile phone runs a little faster. It could be it's just a weird app that's causing the problem. If this does not help you, you can also try saving important information on Google Drive, Dropbox. We use Dropbox for almost everything, or just on your computer. Then you can restore your data phone to factory data. Now this is another thing that I like to do. So let's just say I've opened up just a ton of things. I'll just go ahead and open up Yahoo, and then I'm going to go ahead and open up, let's just say the Maps app. And if I've got a lot of things open on my cell phone, now this works for Android or for your Apple phone as well. So if I've got a lot of things open, there's two things you can do. First of all, if you have a lot of things open, it's going to slow it down just like a regular computer. So all you can have to do basically is just recycle the phone. So on mine, I'm going to hit the top button right here, and then I'm going to hit the button over here to the side, and I'm going to click that, and it's going to power cycle the phone. It'll turn it off, and then you'll just turn your phone back on again. Some people never turn off their phones, and then they wonder why their phone is working so slowly. It's because you've got a bunch of things open. Another thing you can do really quick, you can pull up an app, and then you can go like this, and it shows you everything that's open. Okay, so if I want to get rid of them, instead of turning my phone off, maybe I'm expecting a phone call and I don't want to turn my phone off yet, all you have to do is just do the little slide like this. That's going to turn off the traffic. Let's just say I'm going on a trip and I want to turn that one off. I'm not going to turn the timer off. That's how I'm going to use for the show. There's one behind it. There's another one. Look, I've been on my phone all day. Now, if I left this open, and let's just say I'm constantly on my cell phone, okay? And I open up stuff all the time. I never use a regular computer. I just use my cell phone. After a while, it's just going to build up, and that builds up data on your phone. Again, get rid of them. Quickest way to do it, turn the phone off, turn it back on again. Okay, now let's also talk about bad battery life. Everybody has experienced that. Now, there are a number of things you can do. Maybe it's just an app that's just sucking the life out of the battery. Another common problem that happens is when your phone never has enough battery, although you do not use it all the time. Now, on the old analog phones, I used to sell phones for Cellular One, GTE, on those, it was really easy because you could take the battery off, and sometimes the battery, the connections would build up a little residue, kind of like a car battery. So I would just get a pencil eraser and it always had to be like a plain one. And so I would just rub those little contacts on the battery and on the phone, make sure you cleaned it off because you didn't want to leave any residue of the eraser on there, and that would handle it. However, with the phones we have now, the battery is built into these things. So you'd have to take it inside somewhere and get inside a store and let them do it for you. Well, that's going to take forever, and they're probably going to charge you for it as well. But there are different factors that can affect your battery life. And so make sure that you take those into account before losing your battery. Now, here's a solution. First, you should try to dim the screen brightness and turn off the GPS, turn off the Wi-Fi, and the Bluetooth if you're not using them. Like, I never have Bluetooth on unless I'm going to use my headset. And so that's just things I do because really it takes up a lot of battery. Okay, you can also enable the battery saving mode to see if your battery lasts longer. Another thing you can do is check your battery usage in your phone settings and see which apps are using the most battery. Then you can close or disable the ones that are draining more battery than you would normally need to use them. See, that's a quick fix. A lot of folks think, oh, I'm going to have to buy another battery. It's going to be another $60, blah, 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 blah. Then I'll probably have to pay somebody to put the battery in there. Yeah, not when you do this. That's the first thing you want to check, okay? Because probably the culprit is some app that's just draining the daylights out of your battery. Overheating phone. Oh, we've all had that. This usual problem can be related to the previous one. Maybe overheating the phone is sometimes related to problems with the phone battery, but can also be related to your charger and can also with the place you normally have your phone. Now, if you're experiencing this, you should solve it as soon because your battery and your phone screen could be seriously damaged. Now, let's talk about possible solutions here. Okay, so you should try the previous possible solutions first, like could be apps that are just taking up a ton of time and a lot of your energy, and see if that problem could take care of the battery issue. Now, if it keeps overheating, try to carry your phone in a fresh place and keep it away from the sun's heat. I'm bad at that, especially when the summertime comes and I'm working outside in the garden and going around the farm and all those kind of really neat things. And sometimes I forget and just leave my phone up on the deck. Bad idea. Don't do that. If it sits out in the hot sun, you'll get a message on your phone it's like your phone died. But what it is, your phone's just shutting off because it can't take all that excess heat. You can also give your phone some minutes to refresh and start using it again. And it's always a good idea to power cycle your phone at least once a day because we just use those cell phones like crazy. And I know we don't have home phones anymore, hardly anybody does. And you're always expecting, what if something happens to one of the kids, grandkids, whatever, and I didn't have my cell phone on and I didn't get the message. No problem. Just power cycle it, leave it off a couple of minutes, turn it right back on again. Okay, let's talk about full storage space. Okay, maybe you're the type of person you save too many photos, you save too many songs, documents, some other files, and you just really don't need them anymore. Now, I'm sorry, when it comes to the pictures, I try to hold on to those as long as I can. But if you do not delete them, it's just going to carry a lot of baggage on your phone. And when I say baggage, I don't mean bad stuff. I'm just talking it takes up a lot of energy on the phone. Sometimes those files are so old you forget you got them stored in your phone. I have some files in here from when we first got Buddy with our dog, which has been, oh my goodness, I think we got him back in 2014 or something like that, and that's like the year 2024. That's been a long time, 10 years in there. So unnecessary apps also occupy important storage space that can be used for other matters. Here's the solution. The fourth common mobile problem could be related to the first that we've already mentioned before. When you have filled up your storage space, the cell phone tends to respond slowly. So the possible solutions for this problem are the same. Just try to delete those files and apps that you do not use anymore. You can also delete old phone calls. Yeah, they store in your phone. That can be another issue. And text messages, and clean the cache data. Try to transfer those files you would like to keep with you on the cloud, or maybe buy one of those little micro SD cards to save that valuable information in a safe place. I get it. You want to keep the pictures of the kids and the grandkids and your nieces and nephews. That's understandable. And maybe those memorable trips you and your sweetheart went on. Number 5, the app crashes and it freezes your phone. We're always in panic mode when that happens. This problem happens a lot, and although it's a very annoying thing, it's really not so difficult to solve. So although it should not be a common thing, the truth is that apps sometimes present this issue and can be related to bugs in the app, or maybe your operating system is not the best or the newest for those apps. Now, this is another thing. I'm careful with the apps I download on my phone. I get apps from people I know who have the apps and they love them. There's one that I have for plants. And let's just say I'm out at a park somewhere and I see a plant. I think that's really pretty. I wonder what that is. And so I can get this phone app and I can go ahead and take a picture of it and it tells me about the plant. I use the app a lot in the greenhouse. And I'll go ahead and once I plant or once I'm propagating plants, then I can get this app and put that on the plant. It will even tell me if it needs some assistance. Maybe it's not feeling good. You know, plants get sick too. And it'll give you the solution, tell you how to take care of that. So again, this came from Brian Brown, who actually taught the Master Gardeners class through Auburn University. So, you know, those are just some really good apps, but be careful what you download. Sometimes it has a bug in it. Okay, again, you can, here we go. There are apps that are constantly adding new options and they don't ask you. They just think, they just start adding. And sometimes they're improving some details for better performance, but sometimes your phone just can't support the latest version and that app starts crashing all the time. The solution, first thing you should try is restart your cell phone. That's a common, just like your computer. Sometimes you just have to turn it off and back on again. It works. And start using that app again. It can also go to the app manager and stop the app. Sometimes cleaning the cache data also works. Now, if it continues doing the same, try to uninstall the app and install it again. As mentioned before, sometimes the app has a lot of bugs that cause the problem. Okay, and then sometimes when the phone freezes, it happens a lot again to old phones or devices that have full storage space. So what people usually do is just restart the phone, turn it off, and then turn it back on again. If this doesn't work, normally we remove the phone battery and everything goes back to normal. However, some modern phones do not have this option because their batteries cannot be removed, like mine. Don't worry. Now, actually, I could remove mine. Yeah, I can do that. But you got to have the right tools now to do it with. Don't worry. Here's how you fix it. Here's the solution. Depending on your phone, there are steps that you must follow to restart it. Okay, so what you'll do on the Apple iOS 8 or higher, click the volume up once, click the volume down once, hold the power key for 15 seconds. Now, on Apple iOS 7 or lower, what you want to do is press the power key and the volume down key at the same time for 10 seconds or until the Apple logo appears. Okay, and then if you have, let's see, that's the Apple. Okay, if you have the Samsung, press the power key and plus the volume down key at the same time for 15 seconds or until the Samsung logo appears. Now on Sony, press the power key plus the volume up button at the same time, count 10 seconds, okay? Now when the phone vibrates, press the power key like normal to turn it on the mobile phone. Now one more, this is for the Nokia. Press the power key, volume up at the same time for 15 seconds or until the Android logo appears. Was that complicated or what? I'll send you the link to this website. It'll make a lot of sense to you. Let's go ahead and cut into a commercial break. We'll return in just a few minutes.
Twin City Used Car Sales has been serving drivers in the Northeast Alabama area for years with a quality selection of late model used cars, SUVs, and pickup trucks. On top of our extensive selection and competitive prices, we offer professional auto financing services for used car buyers of all credit levels. Whether you've just begun your search or you're ready to secure your next vehicle, at Twin City Used Car Sales, you will drive away with the vehicle of your dreams. The sales and finance staff at Twin City Used Car Sales looks forward to serving you, and you can apply for financing online before your visit to our used dealership in Gadsden, Alabama. Check us out on the web at twincityusedcars.com or go by our location at 901 First Avenue, Gadsden, Alabama. We sincerely look forward to serving you. At Lamone's Mexican Restaurant, located in Henniger, Alabama, and voted Best Mexican Restaurant of DeKalb County, Alabama 2020, we're here to serve you with authentic Mexican cuisine. Order easily online by going to lamonsmex.com or call 256-657-3999 to place your order. We're open Sunday through Thursday 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Whether you're celebrating a cozy date night for two or a celebration for a crowd, at Lamone's you'll love our atmosphere and friendly servers. Thank you for dining with Lamone's Mexican Restaurant. At Liberty Bank, we're all about community. Whether it's to help with a charity fundraiser or help families in need, toys at Christmas or a local football team, we're here for you. You see, we realize the importance of family. Sometimes it's to build a new home or necessary home repairs. We're here for you. If you like the feel of a small town bank with all the conveniences of a big city bank, we're here to serve you. You will find us at any of our convenient locations in DeKalb, Marshall, Etowah, and Blount counties in North Alabama. You can call and speak with any of our friendly staff at 256-659-2175 or check us out on the web at libertybankal.com. And thank you for your support of our community. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Jeff McCurdy of the McCurdy Law Firm has been a public service of this area for over 10 years. McCurdy, a member of the Henniger City Council, serves as prosecutor for the town of Sylvania and was named public defender for the city of Rainsville. The McCurdy Law Firm is located at 17326 Alabama Highway 75 in Henniger to better represent his Jackson and DeKalb County clients. If you need to be represented by a true public servant with proven success, call Jeff at 256-996-8701 or send a private email to mccurdylawfirm@gmail.com. No representation is made that the legal services performed is greater than the legal services performed by other lawyers.
Are you ready?
We all wonder what tomorrow will bring, but the future lays itself at the feet of the prepared and surrenders to the will of the persistent. It's not easy, but today shapes you so you can shape tomorrow. With Northeast Alabama Community College, when the future asks if you're ready, you can answer.
Yes.
Begin your future at Northeast Alabama Community College.
Okay, we're back. My name is Donna, and I am your host of Donna's Edge Talk Show, where truth matters. We're talking about cell phones right now. What could be the problem before you throw it into the creek? Okay, don't do that, because we've got some solutions for you. So we've talked about several things and several ways you can make it work. Now, what if apps are not downloading? Okay, users complain a lot about this issue, and it can be solved with just a few steps similar to the ones we explained in the fourth problem. This mainly happens due to corrupt cache, and it's usually pretty easy to solve. Now, here's the solution. Try cleaning the app's cache, and you can also clean the history of Google Play and Google Play services. Now, remember to restart the cell phone after doing that and try to download the app that you would like to have. Now, here's number 8. Micro SD card doesn't work. It doesn't work, huh? Okay, here's what happens. So when your phone is full, but you do not want to lose any of your files, you're too busy to move them to another place. You probably think about that old micro SD card you bought a few years ago. But here comes the problem. Your device does not want to accept that card. Here's the solution. Your micro SD probably has errors and your phone is not recognizing that card. So try to connect a card reader to your PC and then format the micro SD card at least 2 times. Then what you want to do is restart your mobile phone and then insert the SD card again. That'll probably fix it. Okay, wet cell phone. Oh boy, do I remember that. I would sell these cell phones to these construction guys, and maybe these guys who work outside the power company. Buddy Island, you're one of them. I used to have to put up with you all the time. And what would happen is the phone would get wet. Okay, so this is what you do. Do not feel bad if you dropped it and now it's wet. And I'm going to tell you what one of my guys did at the police department. He hands me, we were selling pagers at the time, so he hands me a pager and he said, "It's wet." And I said, what happened to it? He said, "I dropped it in the toilet." And I went, "You what?" He had to have another one. He puts it in my hand. It's one of the guys at the police department in Anniston who did that. I wonder if he still thinks about that. Don't feel bad if you dropped it and it's wet. It happens a lot, but it can be solved. Here's what you can do. Here's the solution. First of all, don't turn the phone back on. Okay, don't do that. You're going to fry your phone. Okay, so it can be just the worst thing to do. So remove the battery and put the cell phone in a bowl full of rice. Oh man, you should do that all the time. It'll help absorb the moisture, and then you can take it to a service workshop and let them fix it. Again, drop your phone in the water and it goes off. Don't turn it back on again. Okay, first thing you want to do, if you can take the battery off, take it off, and then put everything in a bowl of rice. That'll help do it. Then take it to your service center. If you're going to leave it in rice and you're not going to take it to a service center, I would leave it in that rice at least 24 hours, please. I know I've had experience with this from some of my customers. Okay, you have a damaged charging port. Like everything else in life, nothing lasts forever, and your phone is not an exception. So charging ports tend to deteriorate as time passes. Misuse, dirt, some of you construction dudes, can be some of the causes of this deterioration. So this common problem needs to be solved by an expert. However, you can try some things to see if you can get it to work again. Okay, the solution. Before taking your mobile phone to the repair shop, try to clean the charging port with a new and dry, this is extremely important, dry toothbrush. You can also clean it using a dry cotton swab to remove the dust and dirt that does not allow your charging port to work properly. But here's the only thing about using a Q-tip or something, the dry cotton swab. Sometimes, especially on the part right here of your cell phone, right where you charge it, right there, if some of that cotton gets into the charging port, it's going to take you forever to get it out. And it's going to be in there, and it's going to make problems, make it even worse. So use a dry toothbrush. Okay, learn that from an old fool too. Okay, now if it doesn't work, go ahead and take it to the repair shop. Now these are 10 problems that mobile phones have, but they are the most common ones according to the internet searches. However, they've added 10 more. We've got 10 more things we're going to talk about, and they've been divided into two groups, such as an Android problem and the iOS problem. So let's go ahead and look at those. Now here are 5 common Android problems. Okay, so this is something frequently used and experienced by Android users. People tend to panic and think there's nothing they can do, and I'll not be able to download anything again. Relax. Here's a couple of ways to fix it. Here's the solution. The first option, and the most recognized, is to clean the Google Play cache. How can you do it? I'm going to tell you. Go to Settings, go to Apps, open the Google Play Store, clean the cache, restart your phone. That's all there is to it. The second way to solve this problem is to clean the Google Play Store history. This is more simple than the first solution. So first you'll need to open Google Play Store, go to Settings, choose Clean History. Best way to do it. Number 12, here's the Google Play Store crashes. Okay, we know how annoying that is, especially when you're in a bind. Maybe you're looking for something for a customer. You know, you're in a super hurry and the crazy thing crashes. Okay, the solution. Although some menus vary, most Androids have the same options. So you just need to go into Settings, go to Apps, go to Open Google Play Store. You'll clean the cache and the data, restart the phone, and this should fix the crashing problem. But if that does not work, try doing the same thing with Google Play Services and Google Services Framework. Now let's just say you're having some You can't get the thing to come on. It won't connect to the internet. Okay, let's try to fix this through connections through Bluetooth or Wi-Fi. Could be a little difficult. Now, this is one of the most common problems among Androids. It can be solved with just a couple of simple steps. Here's the solution. We recommend you enable the airplane mode for at least 1 minute, then try to connect again. Now, occasionally you can turn off and on the connection that is failing, then try to connect again. Now, let's say you just can't get this thing to sync. Sometimes you're trying to sync your account to a specific app, but it's just impossible to do it. Sometimes the app does not show you what the problem is, so you're not sure what in the world you should be doing here. So when you have these sync failures, there's a couple of steps you can follow. So number one, first of all, make sure that you're connected to the internet. That could be this most simple problem. You also need to check if the services that you're trying to sync, like Google or Dropbox, make sure they're working, because sometimes they can just have some downtime. Another thing you should do is to verify your password. Check and see if it's correct, then try again. Now, if any of this works, remove entirely your account from. If it doesn't work, remove the account, add it back up again. Number 15, unsent messages. Sometimes this happens when you're texting someone and the screen shows message not sent, touch to retry. You try it over and over and over again, and it's an annoying alert and it's not working. Here's the solution. The first thing you must do is make sure you're connected to a Wi-Fi network or that your mobile network is working correctly. Then click on the message that was not sent and select to resend the option. This should be enough, but if you still have an issue, try to restart the phone. Sometimes that's all you've got to do. The answer to everything technical, turn it off, turn it back on again. Sometimes that does it. Okay, now here's a couple of things we're going to go with our Apple phones. Okay, the Control Center button does not respond. According to the Apple Toolbox, some users have been reporting some issues with the Control Center button or the Home button. They said the button is constantly freezing and it does not respond. Here's the solution. If this happens to you, you must go to Settings, then to Control Center to customize and delete the specific app that is not working in the including section. You can do this by sliding it to the left and touching delete. After that, you must restart the device. Once it's turned on again, you can customize the controls again, and you can add the app that you removed before. Your iPhone overheats. I hate when that happens. You're afraid the whole thing is going to explode. Here's the solution. If you're using a specific app and your cell phone overheats, let it rest a while. Then you can disable the location service by going to Settings and Privacy. We recommend you do this because the location service uses GPS, Bluetooth, and mobile locations to determine where you are. That means a lot of activity for your cell phone, and it's causing it to heat. Turn the phone off, turn it back on again. We'll do one more. You're having a problem connecting to Wi-Fi. Users express this happens often. So here's the solution. You can try to restart the device or the router by unplugging it and plugging it back in again. It's a simple solution to everything. Okay, so it will restore the Wi-Fi connection and the password with the VPN and the APN of your cell phone. Just in case the problem continues, remember you can restore the factory configuration by eliminating all the content. Before doing this, make sure you've made a backup of all the important files, okay, that you have on your phone, because everything will be erased once you restore your device. Sometimes that's the only solution. I've had that happen a lot of times. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Donna, and I am your host of Donna's Edge Talk Show, where truth matters. Looking forward to seeing you next time. Make sure you check it out on the web at donnasedge.com. You can also find us on television, channel 182, on Charter Communications and Abundance Television, found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. Don't forget the podcast, thenewscasters.com. Take care.